today. So let me just see if I can share to my page. And pull up my things so I can see my chat. Oop, turn my volume down. Okay, so we want to make sure my thing. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? Hi, Kim. Hi, Joe. I'm going to work on ink on a pillowcase. We're going to do two of them. One that says Mr. and one that says Mrs. Hi, Kara. Hi, Sheila. I'm going to be using the marriage label transfer. So just give me a couple seconds here. I'm going to share to a couple of groups and then we're going to get started. So our chalk inks can be permanent on anything that can be heat set. So on fabric, on glass, metal. If you can heat set it, it can be put on there. So today I found these pillowcases, and I'm just doing some plain white pillowcases, and I'm going to be putting Mr. and Mrs. one on one pillow and one on another. And I'm going to be using our chalk ink in Kiwi for my vines, and then Couture teal for the lettering. Nice bright colors. So I got one more group I'm going to share to, and then we're going to get started. So with the inks, you have to make sure that your hands are totally clean, because if you touch anywhere else on the fabric, it's going to be permanent. So you want to make sure you keep your hands nice and clean. And then I'm also going to, I have some purple tape here. It's kind of like painter's tape, but it's made for crafting. I'm going to tape around my edges of my transfer so that I don't go off on my transfer either. So we're going to start with, and I'm going to put them all down at one time because there's plenty of room to go around them. Hi, Omar. So I'm going to lay my transfers out first, and then I'm going to tape them around so that we can. And I did iron this pillowcase before to make sure I got all the creases out of it. And then we're going to see, we'll do Mr. I want to kind of center it between my wreath vines, just like that. These would make a wonderful either wedding gift or shower gift, which is really nice. So I'm just going to take some purple tape and tape off so that my ink does not go on my pillowcase where I don't want it. So we're just going to work on that. And what's nice is this purple tape can be used over and over again. You don't have to throw it away if you don't want. It's very low tack. So I'm just taping these all off. And I'll catch that corner just like that. So I hope everyone is doing great tonight. Hi, Virginia. So up in my description, I have a link to my website so that if you're interested in purchasing products, you can just click on that link. It'll take you right to my store on the web. And then also I have a link in the description for my YouTube channel. If you'd like to click on that and subscribe, I do upload all my videos right to it. And that way you can go back and revisit them. Also, I have a link for my VIP group. This is for customers only. And if you want to just click on that link and join that group. In that group, I offer some sales specials. And that is only exclusive to me. So if you see anything in that VIP group, that's exclusive to me. So our chalk inks, they do not need to be stirred. So you can just take them right out of the jar the way they are. And a little bit goes a long way. So I'm just going to bring this down the transfer and cover in all the pieces that you see that are white. And that's the silk screen that goes right on through. So we're gonna just scrape that right back into the jar, and we're gonna take off all the excess and put it right back in the jar. Hi Cheryl, how are you today? And the chalk inks don't dry as quickly as our chalk paste, so there is playtime with this. I don't have to worry about hurrying up and getting the transfer off. So I can just keep, you know, working with it and have time to be able to get the transfer off the pillow case. So right now I'm just going to finish that color. And I'm going to set that off to the side. And then my other color is Couture Teal. I love these two colors together. They are so bright and vibrant. So we're going to do the mister in this color. And I'm just going to fill in all the spots and take off the excess, throw it right back in. So I'm all done with that one, and I'm just going to set that off to the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off my purple tape, make sure I don't have anything on my hands, and I'm going to just set this purple tape off to the side because it can be reused. Hi Christy, hi Judy. Oop, we're going to do it on this way. So I don't want to lift my transfer yet. I want to take all the purple tape off. So we're going to do that. I'm just going to set those off to the side because I can reuse some of those pieces. Hi, Lana. Hi, Karen. So I'm just going to lift this transfer off just like that. And I'm going to set this one off to the side because these green ones I'm going to reuse for the second one, so I don't need to clean them. And I'm going to set this pillowcase off to the side after I lift the transfers off just to let it dry a little bit while we do the other pillowcase. And then with the mister transfer, I'm going to put it in the water. Just like that. Perfect. These are water-based to wash things off, but with the inks, like I said, they will become permanent. So that first pillowcase is done. I'm just going to set it off to the side to dry a little bit before I heat set it. Oh, and I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to put my ink mat in. So we're going to do that on the second pillowcase. We're okay with that one. I just noticed it didn't go through the back, but it can. So I'm going to get my ink mat and put my ink mat in there. Totally forgot about that. We don't want to forget about that this time. Hi, Diana. Hi, Lee. So I'm just going to set this inside here. This just kind of protects the back. The other one didn't go through, which is good. Thank God. Because I am going to use these as a gift. So this just kind of protects, and it also makes it stay flat easier too. So get all the bubbles out of there. Excuse my head if I get in the shot. Sorry about that. There we go. So I'm going to lay these down again. Well, let's get the Mrs. one first, because that, where did I put it? It's a little bit bigger, so I want to see where I'm going to put that one first before I lay these ones down. So we're going to lay that down just like that. And that one just like that. And then we're going to put the Mrs. Transfer right in the center of those two. Just like that. So I'm going to reuse some of my purple tape here. I'm going to tape up the sides again just like I did before. Make sure, let's see, let's go this way first. Okay, and then I think I might move this one over just a touch. Just a touch, there we go, that's better. And I don't want to touch the leaves, so I want to make sure that purple tape doesn't touch the leaves and doesn't touch the M. Just like that. Oop, I might have to cut this one down a little bit. Make it a little bit narrower because the neck don't have enough space there. Got my iron all set, so we can heat set it. That's better, that fits better. Okay. And then we're going to do the other sides. That's what's good about this purple tape, is it can be reused over and over again. And then we're gonna put that on that side. And this one across here. And then we're going to do this one here. And right here. And right here. And then I'm going to use 2 new pieces for this because this one's longer than what the other one was. Just like that. And now before I put the color down on the green, nope, that's all right. We'll just overlap another piece. I'm going to make sure that this is adhered right because I didn't push it down good enough before. So I'm going to do it now. And then I'm going to clean my hands off because I do have green all over them from the ink. And I don't want to touch my thing. So we're just going to clean off my fingers here real quick. And then let's get a piece of paper towel and dry my hands. Okay. So that's all set. So now we're going to go back and we're going to use the kiwi green again. And we're going to go back over everything. Nice and neat. And I'm using a little bit of extra because we've already used this one once. I want to make sure it gets all the way through. Okay. I got it all covered again. I'm going to go ahead and do this side. Make sure we get it all nice and covered. Hi, Shalonda. We're going to scrape off the excess. Put it right back into the jar. And I'm done with that color. So I'm going to close it up. And then we're going to go and do the misses with the Couture teal again. And just cover the whole silk screen. Oop, and get the top of that M. Hi, Tamitha. Make sure it's all covered. Scrape off the excess, put it right back into the jar. Okay, we're done with that, and we're gonna cover it up. And I got some stuff on my hands, so we're gonna clean my hands off before I go to lift all that stuff off. And make sure I don't have any ink on my hands because I don't want it to go on my pillowcase. So I'm gonna lift the purple tape off first. Oop, I want to make sure the transfer stays down because I don't want to lift that yet. Okay, so I got all the purple tape off. That one, and we're going to work on this one, just like that. And because I used that with ink, I'm going to get rid of it. I'm not going to save it now that I'm all done with it. So now we're going to lift the transfer. Beautiful. And we're going to just put it in the water bath so we can wash it off later. Okay. And we're going to lift the other one. Perfect. And I'm getting that stuff on my hands again, so I got to wash my hands off again. Okay. And then we're going to lift the misses off. Okay, so that one's all done. So we're going to put that also in the water bath too. Make sure that everything gets washed off. As soon as I'm done, I will wash those right away because you don't want them leaving in the water. So I'm going to just take this one and set it off to the side to let it dry out a little bit while I bring the other one back on to iron it. Hi, Cameron. So bring the other one back in, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a heat gun to it to dry the ink a little bit, and then we're going to heat set it. And when you go to heat set it, you're going to use a piece of parchment paper. So this is just to dry the ink up a little bit. So if you have any questions or would like to learn more, feel free to ask questions and type them in the chat line. I can answer questions for you. So I'm going to get a piece of parchment paper, which I have. All right, where'd my parchment paper go? I just had it. Right here. There it is. That's my bigger one. So just take a piece of parchment paper and we're going to cover the whole design. Now, because I'm using a regular iron, it's going to take 2 to 3 minutes to heat set this. If you have a Cricut Easy Press or even a heat press itself, a regular heat press, you follow the manufacturer's directions for your heat press or your Cricut Easy Press. With an iron, they suggest 2 to 3 minutes pressing this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep going over it for a couple of minutes here. And Make sure it's nice and set. And if you see steam, it's not a big deal. That's just because the ink wasn't completely dry when I started ironing it. So I'm going to just check it, because you can tell if it's been set, because it will become part of the material, which it needs just a little bit more time. So we're going to just set it back down and go back over it some more. A little bit at a time. So I'm going to do this one for a little bit first. So you can take any pillowcase and make them very decorative for your bed. Okay, that should be good. Yep. See, it becomes part of the material. See how nice and smooth that is? If it wasn't set enough, it would be bumpy and kind of rough looking. So that's how you can tell. All nice and smooth there. Hi, Stacy. So I'm gonna bring over the next one. And we're gonna dry the ink a little bit. Oh, and my thing touched and it smeared. It's a good thing these are just my practice ones for right now. But this is how you learn. But I can't leave that ink mat in because it will warp from the heat. So thank you, Stacy. So when I go to do this again the next time with other pillowcases, I gotta make sure I just leave it and let it sit for a little bit. But like I said, these are just practice pillowcases. They're not expensive pillowcases. They were cheap. I bought cheap ones to practice with, and this is how you learn, and that's why I do these lives, so that everybody can learn. So, okay, that should be good enough to start heat setting it. I'm going to put my parchment paper over it. And again, we're just going to take the iron and go over it, you know, for a couple of minutes to make sure it's nice and heat set. Hi, Jenny. So if you're not familiar with Chalk Couture, this is made with silk screen transfers, and I'll bring one on camera after I'm done with this to show you what it is. And they have a sticky back, so you can do them with our chalk paste, which is not a permanent product but can be made permanent with a polymer seal spray if you wanted to spray it. Hi, Chris. And with our chalk inks, which are permanent, which is what I'm using tonight. I'm ironing it so that it becomes permanent on my pillowcases. And there is a link in the description above for my website that you can go to and purchase the products. If you would like to learn more about Chalk Couture and what the company is all about, you can type in join, and I can give you to a link for our opportunity page. So I'm just checking this to see if it's gone through, and I have a nice smooth finish on my letters and stuff, so that's how I know that it's done. So I'll just show you up close. See how it's nice and smooth here? That's how I know that it's become part of the fabric. So like I said, I got a little bit of a smudge here, and there's nothing I really can do about that. But like I said, these were inexpensive pillowcases that I wanted to practice on, because I am going to make a set for a friend for a wedding gift. So there's my Mrs. and there's the Mr. Hi, Pam. Hi, Joe. So, like I said, in the description, there is a link to my website. There's also a link to my VIP group that if you would like to get some good deals that are only through me, and it's for consultants, customers only. Go ahead and click on that link for the VIP group. I also have a link for my YouTube channel that you can go back and rewatch all my videos and subscribe to it. And hi, Donna. If you don't have any other questions, I'm going to let you go tonight, and I will talk to you all later. Everybody have a great night, and I'll see you again tomorrow.